Well, we're back at another cemetery with an American flag in the background. You know what that means. But before we start on our 21st president, I just have to make a note of how poorly maintained this cemetery is. Look at how, the grass isn't cut. And then where it is cut, it's just, I don't know. There seems like there's parts of this cemetery that are decently maintained, and then there's parts that look like they haven't seen a lawnmower in years. Not really what you expect from a cemetery, an active cemetery. I passed a funeral going by that holds the grave of a president. But anyway, I am in Albany Rural Cemetery in Albany, New York, and I am looking at the grave of our 21st president, Chester A. Arthur. And this one has an actual storyboard about Chester Arthur. That is the grave of Chester Arthur. Chester Arthur was an accidental president. He was James Garfield's vice president, and when Garfield was assassinated in 1881, was that 81 or 82? I don't know. He was assassinated in 1881, 1882. I think 1881. Arthur took over. Arthur served out the rest of Garfield's term, so 1881 to 1885. He served almost a full term. Garfield, I think, served 6 months or something. I mean, it was a very short time. Garfield was shot and hung on for a long time, a month, something like that, 2 months, while the doctors slowly killed him with their lack of knowledge about basic sanitation. And then when he finally did pass away, Arthur took the oath of office and he finished up Garfield's term. He made some half-hearted attempts to get the nomination for himself for the 1884 election? Yeah, 1884 election. But he didn't try too hard, and he was not in great health himself. And so he just served out Garfield's term and then went on his way. And then it shows here that he died not long after. He died in 1886. So he wasn't a super healthy guy. And he is in this, I assume he's in this box here. He's usually ranked near the bottom. Maybe not bottom 10, but probably bottom 20. He didn't do a whole lot. He didn't do a whole lot. He signed the, I forget the name of the law, but he signed a law that banned immigration from China for 10 years. What else did he do? That's really about it. He didn't do a whole lot. I went from earlier today talking about, maybe our most important president to one of our least important. I talked yesterday about Millard Fillmore and how he was just kind of a guy in a chair. And Arthur was pretty much the same. He was never intended to be president. He was a vice president nominee. He was nominating him for vice president was a political decision. He was nominated by the convention to make up for the fact that Garfield got the nomination. There were some people that weren't thrilled that Garfield got the nomination, so they nominated Arthur to be vice president so that those people who were annoyed that Garfield got the nomination would shut up. Actually, is this? Okay, so this is Arthur's. Looks like this is his kid. His second wife. And okay, so 2 of his kids and his second wife. I don't remember. His first wife, I think, died relatively early on. I don't remember for sure. There isn't much to remember about Chester Arthur, to be perfectly honest. But he has a pretty cool grave. Pretty cool grave. But there isn't a whole lot to say about Chester Arthur. Of all the presidents we ever had, Arthur was most definitely one of them. I'm not sure what's going on here. They've got these flower baskets here, I guess they are, on either side. This one's got a book in it. And then this one over here has got a tie. Are they using these as garbage cans? I'm very confused. Like, what is this here for? There's some sunglasses down in there. And then this is a tie with balloons on it. I have no idea what this is. If this is supposed to be some kind of a tribute to Arthur, or they're just garbage cans. Like there's a bag hanging on this candelabra here. Albany Book Festival. Yeah, I don't know what this is all about. This cemetery seems pretty poorly maintained. If you look over here, it's just all, it's like maybe they tried to cut it a little bit, but they didn't really do anything as far as like, I don't know, trimming it or anything. And then this particular section looks okay, but then you turn around over here and there were some sections back over behind me that looked like they hadn't seen a lawnmower in years. So I'm not sure what's going on here. This is kind of a depressing place considering there's a president of the United States, even if he was a relatively inconsequential one. The president of the United States buried here, but there you go. Our 21st president, Chester Arthur. And yep, there he is. All right, have a good day, everyone.